Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. A little bit of a late start today. Now, looks like a fun placeholder to me. Yesterday, Elon Musk took Twitter by storm when he changed the logo. When you log into Twitter, you immediately see the what do they call it? Doge. I call it Dogecoin here because it's so silly. It's called Dogecoin on this channel. Dog gained 35% after Elon Musk's Twitter replaced its bird logo with a dog, and Binance's market share is falling. And then I said, looks like a fun placeholder to me. I think Dogecoin he may let people use it on Twitter and all that. But in the end, it's going to be one of two things, in my opinion, that are running behind. You remember, he's going to call this X.com. It's going to be one of two things or some combination of both, and that would be XRP and XLM. I've said that for a long time. I think that somewhere behind both of those, the PayPal mafia is involved, or on some level. Now, I also said this, you have to wonder if his timing, that Elon Musk adds the dog, was it an answer to Gary Gensler making fun of crypto in his shades? Check this out. Why did central banks buy record amounts of gold in 2022? Look at this. Look at the timing of this, okay? Central banks sold gold during the 90s amid generally good macroeconomic conditions and a prolonged dip in gold prices. But then, when all the money printing started, folks, after the financial crisis, when they started just creating all these massive debts, Russia, China, India, Turkey, everybody's accumulating gold. Well, what is put out right there in 2008, 2009? That would be Bitcoin, folks. Over the same period of time that those central banks, such as Russia, were accumulating gold, the great distraction, Bitcoin, is put out. And there was even a drop gold campaign run by Grayscale, if you remember. So all the hordes of retailers, Bitcoin, this libertarian thing, it's going to save us all. Which brings me back to the video that I played before, and I played it yesterday. And if you look at the stars aligning, boy, if there was a plan here, and I'm not saying it was Russia, it could have been the U.S., but it was a government. You write it down, the creation of
behind Bitcoin, Putin. It's a Ruski conspiracy to fuck up the American economy and the world. It's a long-range plan he started 7-8 years ago. He's going to see the demise of the Western financial world while he's still the head of Russia. He's going to be there long enough. And he's already hacked into the brains of all the morons. You, YouTubers.
Well, not this one. So just look what's going, folks. Look what's going on. Petrodollar, they're trying to destroy the petrodollar. Now, if he's wrong, it was another government. If not Russia, it's either U.S. or somebody else that created this. Remember that Bitcoin, the GitHub, was at MIT, which will come up here later in this thing. So, but look the real. The real, I wouldn't even call it a bull run, but when the real money gets involved, it's going to be tokenization and CBDCs. Bitcoin was nothing but a prototype. If the Bitcoin maxis are lucky, the governments are going to allow Bitcoin to exist and not destroy it. But let's say I'm wrong. It's okay, because I'm investing in gold. I have gold in my Glint account, who's one of my sponsors. Glint, the link's in the top of the description. This way I have some spendable gold that I can use my Glint MasterCard debit card for, and I buy physical gold as well. But Bitcoin is not my plan. My plan has always been XRP, and here's one of the reasons why.
I think it's very clear that in every instance, there'll be intermediaries of some sort. Central banks are not equipped to open accounts for individual citizens, right? They work with the banking sector. I think we'll see, as Laurent said, different flavors around the world. I think in some of the emerging markets, we work in all continents apart from Antarctica.
This is James Wallace from Ripple, by the way.
And we have more than 10 active projects, and talking to a lot more central banks than that. And in every single instance, there is a role for the commercial banks, as distribution methodology, onboarding, KYC, and so forth. But I think we'll also see in some of the emerging markets where traditional banking is not it does not got a great penetration because they don't serve very well the people with low incomes. I think we'll see other entities, whether that be payment providers or fintechs or other startup organizations, that will, they most likely will need to get licensed by the central bank. But the central banks just are not equipped to be able to deal with the retail. I think we will see different flavors and we'll see different sets of rules. I think one of the interesting things is when you start talking about cross-border and you have, maybe within the ECB zone, you have one set of rules on how much currency you can hold, and then in another jurisdiction it's different. And then when you start doing cross-border, how does that all work out? So that's an interoperability topic which we may come on to later, but definitely 100% intermediaries for CBDCs.
Okay. Then this tweet I saw going around this morning, and it was Monica Long from back March 3rd. Tokenization has always been a key feature of the XRP ledger with over 5,400 plus issued tokens since inception. CBDCs will live on new private ledgers that run parallel to XRPL, using XRP as a bridge to interoperate with other currencies. No more walled gardens. And then this Ripple X tweet, leveraging the same blockchain technology that powers the XRPL, low cost, high TPS, energy efficiency, and reliability. The CBDC private ledger is built for payments. The Ripple X team is just getting started. Then this was Brad Garlinghouse talking about it back on 3/7/2023.
Ripple does work with a number of central banks around the world. We publicly announced some of them. And we're in the phase of kind of testing, experimenting, and they're issuing their central bank issued digital currencies on the XRP ledger. Ripple does work with a number.
And this, I'm sure, is purely coincidence. I saw this thing going around about the MIT Open CBDC project. So I went and looked at their webinar. Links to that and their Open CBDC thing is down there. Look at this slide from their little YouTube talk. It says that in 2016 is their first CBDC hire. So this is obviously their goal. Then in 2018, they recruit Gary Gensler as a senior advisor. And then in 2020, they begin collaboration with the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston on CBDCs. So what that means is that they began collaboration with the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston on their CBDC project, just as their recruit, as they referred to him, Gary Gensler, goes off to the SEC to keep Ripple tied up in a lawsuit for the next 2 years. True story, folks. So is this. Many of you we saw yesterday, Christine Lagarde, the ECB, they're talking about, she said October 23rd would be the day that they determine whether there's going to be a digital euro, I think she said. Well, she has openly said it's not Bitcoin, folks. But listen to what she said. I think this was 2018 or 19.
Your business model, you're going to change it. You're going to reduce your cost. You're going to expedite your transactions. And you're going to continue to inspire confidence because you will build that on the basis of an existing backbone, which is your bank and the confidence relationship that you've established with your customers. So that's where I see changes happening now. If you think of Circle and Ripples and all those, that's where they are active and help.
There you go. Then there was this CZ Binance yesterday. The entire market crashed because somebody had floated a rumor that CZ Binance, there was like a red alert or something from Interpol. He says the latest FUD was only spread by crypto news outlets and KOLs, likely planted, sponsored by another exchange. Very petty. Hurts the industry and hurts themselves. There are enough external forces attacking us. Our industry needs to unite at this juncture. Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, said this. He says, tell us how you own CoinMarketCap and how they have done the exact same thing to XRP. I'll never forget this tweet. CoinMarketCap, who's the imposter? And they included XRP here, and they've got all of these different digital assets, and it says the answer. This is a company that's not supposed to have a bias against certain digital assets that on their list that are listed on their platform. The answer: XRP for being controlled and governed by authorities, hence defeating the purpose of cryptocurrency. All other coins in this are decentralized and are basically the people's crypto. So CZ, you can't have your cake and eat it too. The Cowboy Crypto is correct. And here's the market. XRP's back up to 50 cents. And I think that was the magic number. So it dropped below, like barely below 50 cents. And it was all on that CZ Binance Interpol rumor. And so then there's this, April showers, Bitcoin powers. Over the past 10 years, April has been the best month in the year's first half and third best month for the full year for Bitcoin. So I'm not going to play that. But anyway. Apparently April is a bullish year, not just, wouldn't just be for Bitcoin, it'd be for all of crypto. Then, because of the Operation Choke Point 2.0 and the crypto crackdown, now Bitrue is apparently exiting the United States. I'm the Digital Asset Investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. No more Bitrue. Thanks for listening.